Okay, so now that you're familiar with using the different tools in Munis that are available in the search group, you're ready to field questions from your coworkers, and probably one of the most common is going to be, whatever happened to that invoice? Where did it end up going? And so you can use account inquiry to track down the eventual final resting place of an invoice that's already been paid. And so let's just walk through how you do that. So I'm going to use search here, and I'm going to assume that I got this question in the finance department from our treasury division. And so I'm going to focus on one of our treasury orgs here, and I'm going to look in office supplies, which is 52301. And this is just something that I've gotten familiar with over my time working with Munis, clicking into these ellipses and familiarizing myself with the orgs and the objects that are in the finance department. So at any rate, I will run this search and I will just dive right into the transactions in office supplies in this org to try and track down the fate of this invoice. And let's say that we're looking for toner. Whatever happened to that toner invoice? So let's talk about what's going on in this transaction screen. So again, this is the org that I queried. This is the object. These are all of the transactions. So is it posted to the general ledger? Yes, in the case of all of these. Year and period. The year is fiscal year 2018. The period is the month. And this is on the fiscal year, so that's July is 1, August is 2, September in this case is 3. Journal, don't worry about that unless you're an accountant. Effective date, this is when it posted. API stands for Accounts Payable Invoice. Don't worry about any of these reference numbers. Okay, here's the amount. And this can often be very helpful when you're trying to track down an invoice if you know approximately how much it cost. Was it in the thousands of dollars? Or in this case, a couple $100, only $43. The check number, this can sometimes be helpful if a vendor has received a check and knows the check number, and you can back into it that way. And as I slide over here, aha, look, I have vendor, in this case Staples, and then black toner. Look, this is the first item on this list. So if I were to click on this, or I just double click it, it will open a new screen, including all of this information that we just saw laid out in that table view, but critically, it also enables you to move into the attachments, and this is called TCM. Make sure that you're using Internet Explorer for this because it's kind of buggy in any of the other browsers I've tried to use it on. So I will double click this invoice out of that wizard. It will load here, and then I'm going to be able to actually view the attached invoice. Fantastic, here it is. I can use my little magnifying glass to zoom in and out if I want to, and hopefully whatever question was posed to me I can solve by saying, I've produced the original invoice. This is what we were looking for. So on this screen, if you're attaching, and we'll get into this in our later series, just like Microsoft Office, it has a ribbon up here. If you were going to attach something new, you would say new, you would say save. It works much the same as uploading anything else to a website that you might have ever encountered. When you're viewing actual attachments, they're all listed here. So if there was 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 attachments, they would all just be listed right here, and you would click on each individual one to open them here. Here's some metadata about the actual attachment itself. And if you'd like to close it, you can just click close, and then you back out. And so I'm closed all the way back up to the beginning of Munis. So when you're fielding these sorts of questions, sometimes it's helpful to go all the way down to the transaction, all the way down to the actual invoice itself. And that's how you get there.